Well, hey honey, it's Andy Murphy, your rock and roll shaman. I wanted to share this extract from the Cosmic Mama podcast because it is a teaching of great importance, or so I'm told. This came directly from Thoth as a beginning of a timeline jump. We need to know how to make this shift into what they're calling the Quadrality, because this is something very important that's happening right now. How you choose to participate in this timeline jump will dictate how your next several months go. And I don't know if your 2020 has been anything like mine. God dang, I think we can bring in something of a different vibration. So this will be a two-part. First part will be the teaching on what we're calling Quadrality. Second part will be the activation and teaching actually how to do that timeline jump. And as this is proper teaching, maybe you want to grab some notes. I don't know. Maybe you just want to move into some sacred space, because that's how we begin part one of the timeline jump. Hey, Cosmic Stardust. I've been waiting for a week to have this space open so that I could sit here with you. Because the message that's coming through is not only time pertinent, hello Leo season, Lionsgate, August. Really, we're going to say it's August. And it's coming through as a channeling and as an activation and as a transmission, because action is needed from you. No fucking joke. So if you sometimes just listen to me ramble on and you're like, yeah, today is not that. I need you to open up different portals within you to receive what's coming through today, pretty please. So, would you light a candle? Grab some essential oils. Would you move into a space where you can receive these transmissions and be a beacon of greater light on this planet now, please? Because that's what the fuck it's all about. And giving permission to let you move into your human body. To feel the experience of your flesh, of your beating heart. Maybe even some droplets of sweat coming off of you as summer in this northern hemisphere is in full swing. And pay attention to anything in your body that is feeling constrained. Anything that's resisting its natural state of open, vulnerable. Just pay attention to it for a minute. Not trying to fix it. Not trying to understand why. Just being present with the experience of you. That's cute. And ask all of your star self, all of your Sa, to come in now. To either embody through you or to activate differently in your field, but ask that highest self version of you to be a support for what's coming through now. Even if you don't know what this means, this transmission is a cosmic directive coming from places higher than you, higher than me. This is the Cosmic Mama. And we have some divine working orders now. Where to start? Really, truly, it's been a week that this has been brewing, and I've wanted to and been frustrated that I couldn't, so I'm just going to allow myself to be in this stream with you. Sometimes I act as teacher or guide, needing to be a few steps ahead of you so that you have an experience. Today I need to be in it with you because it's August, honey. And August has really been on fire. This energy of Leo, so fucking palpable. And that Lionsgate alignment that was occurring, I put a couple of videos on Patreon about it. It is an alignment with cosmic center, with the planet Sirius. And a long time ago, in the days of ancient Egypt, pre-dynastic Egypt, Sirius was so close to us that it really was a second sun. It affected this planet's ability of day and night, much like in far northern and southern hemispheres. They don't always have. They have more sunlight or more darkness. This is what would have been going on during the time of Sirius, at this time of August, during the Lion's Gate alignment. Because the Earth moves on an axis, right? Up and down on that axis between Lyra and Sirius. And Olivia Woodford, oh goodness, yes, if you need some information on this, she is one of the best astrologers I know to dive deep into some of this mythical astrology is what she does. Dear friend of mine, she does astrology like no one else that I know. She's the one who taught me that, FYI. So the Lion's Gate is going to be this perfect alignment of energies that happens on 8/8. But throughout all of the summer, in late July, we have the birthday of Isis and Nephthys. End of August, we have the birthday of Hathor. So as we are in this summer energy, that Indian summer energy of everything bursting forth with life and ripe for the picking, right? This is the energy we're in right now. And if you do find yourself getting a little physically aroused as we're talking, would you just say thank you? Please don't judge it. Please don't wonder. I would expect that some of that frequency will be coming in today, because that arousal frequency will support you, will feed you, will protect you. So give permission for your body to respond appropriately. That's funny. Appropriate. You can unravel that fucking languaging whenever you need to, but yeah, I want you to feel sexy. Because what's happening on the planet right now is sexy. Oh, it's this energy of letting the earth merge with us. That's what I've been in. So recognizing the birthdays, the celebrations of some of the most significant female deities in the Egyptian cosmology. Yeah. Oh, and don't we have that too? Thank you. As I'm saying this, they're like laughing at me and they're like, and hello, Magdalene Day on 9/9. I think it's 9/9. This is the time of the Divine Mother, and it's also the time of the sexual priestess in those ways. Everything wants to come to life right now. Please let it. And in this energy of everything burning, I'm here in Colorado, where the wildfires are no fucking joke. It's making for extraordinary, beautiful sunsets. But each time I see one of those burning bright red suns, I know that someone is suffering for that sun. And give me 1 second. Isn't it cute? They want me to grab some Palo Santo. Yep, seriously, that's how this works. All of a sudden I have a directive that comes in from spirit and I act. And this way I have learned to trust my intuition. It's not my own head that's telling me, I want Palo Santo. It's, I need Palo Santo. Go get it. When I listen and trust without asking who, what, or why, there's a blessing that comes from that. That's how I work with my intuition. It's been an old relationship, me and that intuition, so I don't really know another way at this point, except I need some fucking Palo Santo. So the wildfires that are raging through here are indicative of the fires on the planet. My desire is always to like, hey, we need to balance it with water. And today in my messages from the cosmos, I was told, nope, you don't. You need to be still because the fire has a job to do. So please don't let your human ego try to override the divine. She's got a plan. She needs to do her thing. And if that makes you sad or feel powerless, well, there's some shit to work on. Oh, because one of the big lessons today, you ready for this? We'll just drop it in right here. Acceptance is the cosmic lube of a new reality. Don't you love that? The cosmic lube. It's been a big teaching for me lately. All you can do is accept. You can't resist. You can't question. You can't get in your head. You can't ask why. You can't try to bring it to logic. The quicker you can accept things and move along, the better you'll be. So while the wildfires were getting started, I was up very near where they kicked off. I didn't know that at the time. I knew the sun was really pretty as I was leaving. But I had another, let's just call it the cosmic hit. In not a good way. I had something that could have knocked me off path or off center. Information that was a huge blow. And I had already been working with the content in this podcast for you, with the shifting timelines. So I was forced right away to really practice the acceptance as a cosmic loop. Allowed to have emotions, accept it, move the fuck on, and yeah, keep going, keep going. Sexy, my honey. You're allowed to feel sexy right now. And I keep saying that word, even if you don't know how to embody it. I want you to recognize that in this time of Leo, in this time of ripeness, everything's very alive. And as sweet little Noah Lampert said in a podcast of his synchronicity that I was listening to, tension and friction is really sexy. It's that friction that creates the orgasm. So we don't want to just be like, hey, this needs to be balanced. No. Can we ride the fucking dragon of some tension and some friction? This is the chaos that we get to learn how to ride through, not to be ridden through. Ah, very different, huh? I want you to ride through. So today, my love, hey, can we teach you how to ride this fucking dragon? Because we are in a quantum leap year. In the cosmic disco dance party that came through in February on Leap Day, they were so clear. Cosmic forces, so fucking clear. Galactic allies, galactic federations of light, so clear. We had to do it on that day. We had to activate that portal on that day. It was the quantum leap, and they kept calling it the quantum leap of humanity. And I participated in that, as I do, the best I knew how, bringing as many through that portal with that transmission as I could. And now it's starting to make sense. We really did activate something that day, and not just we, as in what we were doing over here with the disco dance party, but we on the planet. We are in a quantum leap. So let's get into this quantum leap timeline stuff, shall we? Because there are multiple realities that are occurring right now. Over in Patreon, in the monthly energy update, this was talked about, this idea of quadrality. So I want to introduce you to the idea of quadrality. We have been living in duality. Duality, which is going to be the opposing forces, the good and the dark, the light and the dark, the good and the bad. Thank you. There it is. Masculine, feminine. We've been living in duality, which are these two forces that are affecting us. We are now evolving to a place where it is not the duality, it is the quadrality. And I didn't understand this as it came through in that energetic update, but I'm getting it now. So that quadrality is actually timeline splitting. It's going to be us taking that duality, us working within that quadrality, the four, and being able to choose which oppositional forces we want to work with. We have a timeline hop that is occurring here in August. Two realities will exist on this planet. Multiple realities exist on this planet as it is. And if you don't believe me, like, look or talk to somebody who has an opposing viewpoint of you. They are living in a fucking different reality than you. That's okay. So play with this idea. Just accept this idea that there are multiple realities that are going on right now. What's happening is Gaia is going to have a bigger timeline split in her experience. And we've talked about this in Ascension for a very long time. We didn't know what it looked like in practice. We played with it in theory. And this has sometimes created fear for those of us who have been in the Ascension program for a while. Does it mean I leave this planet? Does it mean I have to leave Gaia? Does it mean I leave behind the people that I love? And as we stand right now, so let me also just qualify this for my own ego. I don't know if I'm fucking right. This is the message that's being given to me. So I don't mean for it to be predictive in any way. I don't mean for it to be fortune telling in any way. This is as I understand it right now. I give myself full permission in the future to be wrong. I give myself full permission in the future to be right. I don't know, but this is how they're preparing us. So thank you for letting me just say that out loud, because I don't fucking know what the hell's going on over here. I just hear the messages. So as it's coming in right now, Gaia will have two timelines that are two timelines of her experience. We are choosing right now which timeline we want to be on, which duality we want to experience. Some of us, as we said in episode number 14, are having kind of a fine time right now. We will be living in the higher vibrational timeline, which is, I've cleaned my fucking house inside. I know what's going on with me. I am aware. I am present. I am accepting. And as I talked with Catherine Gear about this, we were just kind of joking about how a lot of people are purging right now and how the Goodwills are filling up, and people have been spending time in their homes cleaning things. My house is not that. Jesus, no way. I still have a lot of stuff in my house that needs to be purged. And rather than judging that, what I realized, my house cleaning has been inside of me. I have been going within. I have been doing the shadow work. I have been practicing new spaces of greater self-love and acceptance and tenderness and permission to be who I am. That's funny. And they're laughing like, yeah, Cosmic Mama podcast hopefully is proof of that. I'm feeling pretty okay with me now. First time in 44 fucking years. Okay, let's say 43. I've been doing it for a little bit. I'm feeling pretty okay right now because I have invested the energy in cleaning my inner house. And I would expect when the next lockdown comes, because you should know, the fall right now, at least, I expect another lockdown. I expect things to start getting a little shaky September, October. I expect November to December to be the shit of it, coming out mid-January. And yet, while I say the shit, here's also what we're talking about. You can timeline hop, honey. So you can continue to have an experience of higher awareness through this. You know who you are. You know how you serve. You know what you are. Hey, thanks, Paul Selig. Just take that in and maybe chant it a little bit. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know how I serve. That's a phrase that goes through me several times a day. It almost acts as an alignment for me, taking my fucking seat at center. The quadrality, the duality, the splitting of the timelines, you get to choose the higher timeline. But the trick is, if you choose that higher timeline that says, I know that I am becoming the divine in form, I know myself to be more than human, I am committed to the process of becoming more than human, I am committed to the ascension of Gaia, to the awakening of humanity, you'll be okay. Through whatever comes in the fall and winter, you'll be okay. The trick, you'll watch others who aren't okay. You may have family members who are not choosing the higher frequency timeline. And if you spend too much attention either trying to help them or feeling guilty for feeling good, you'll click right down into that lower vibrational timeline. And please don't hear vibration as any judgment. It's not. We all have a role. And I don't mean to sound callous with that. We all have a role either. As we gathered in temple last week, one of the things that came in that made perfect sense to me was, the light and the dark. Is one good, is one bad? No. My experience is not that at all. And as I sat with that for a couple of days, right? Evil and live. Evil is the opposite of live. I chose team light. That's all. Okay. So it's not that one is good or bad. It's not that one is better or worse. That's the fucking team that I was signed up for in this lifetime. So I serve the light. Okay, fine. Doesn't mean I dislike the shadows. Oh no, on the contrary. Ooh, sexy shadows. We learn quite a lot from those places where we've locked away our power from ourselves, from those places where we've disconnected. Oh, and can we just talk about that? Hey, little Scorpio, shadow is sexy. Because it is. Because it's that very nature of being hidden, of not knowing what's in there, that when we reharness it, we gain that power back. So the shadow work isn't, that's interesting. I treat shadow work as a process of bringing it all to the light. But in that light, it's not light versus dark, it's into awareness. Everything is known to me. Because that's really the process of ascension. Is that I know all to be the same. I know all experiences. I absorb all experiences. This is the gift of past life work. It's not, oh, something fascinating with who the fuck I was. No. That's not how this mama does fucking past lives. It's to recognize, to embody the experience. And in embodying that experience, all is divine. The scars are divine. The bruise is divine. Brought us back into whatever wholeness and totality of experience we needed. This is Rainbow Body Teachings. Thank you. And we will just also say, if you are in an abusive relationship, get out. If you are in anything that is hurting you, get out. Once you get out and you've done the work, you will realize that you either needed to experience that or that you participated in that in some ways, but you don't fucking stay in it because it hurts. If you're hurting, choose different, please. Even if you're scared, just choose different. Because sometimes, thank you, manifestation talk over here, by you speaking your truth, everything begins to change. And it could just look like, hey, I'm not really that happy. Hey, I know that I need to leave, but I'm kind of scared to leave. Speak truth. So the universe can hear you and align with you, and your Akashic records can start coming back online in that way to start moving some things through, because this is also the fucking point of our fires right now. Fires of illumination, showing you the truth. And the truth will be exposed. And you do remember this is a two-parter, right? In part 2 of the timeline jump, we're going to cover what we're calling the cosmic lube. We talked about it a little bit, but it's actually going to be an activation so that you can prepare yourself to anchor into this new grid, into this new timeline of the birthing timeline, should you choose to, because please choose to. The more of us who can, the better we can anchor a new reality in.